Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and an intern with We Can Code It this summer, and welcome to Learn JavaScript along with me.
So today we'll be using CodePen for our JavaScript project, and I find this to be really good because it has all three HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you can write it all up in the same page, and on the bottom it has just all of it mixed, compiled, and you can just see everything that you're doing while you're working on it. And if you don't have CodePen, I have a link down in the description of a video that's been done before of setting up a CodePen account. So this video is actually just part one, because HTML, JavaScript, and CSS all together in a video was 40 minutes long, and so today we're only going to work with the HTML component. Okay, so here in the CodePen homepage, I am already logged in, as you can see from the logo on the top right. And then here on the left, we're going to click on Pen, which has the good layout that we want with the HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, so here on the top left, we have the option of naming our file. So let's call that JavaScript calculator. JavaScript calculator. Right. And today we're going to work on HTML. Oh, let's call it tip calculator because we're calculating the tip of the total bill. Okay, so we're going to maximize our HTML and work with that today. So we're going to name our main division and give it an ID of container, and close that. Our header, let's call this the tip calculator. Close that, yep. And okay, we're going to give us a subdivision and call it calculator. So this is the main calculating components. Okay, for the first part, we're going to give it a form. Okay, and then in the form, we're going to give it the first question, just asking how much was your bill. So we're asking here for the inputs. So the user will have to tell us the total of the bill. So we're waiting for its input. We're getting an ID of, let's say, bill amount. AMT will be short for amount. And then type, let's give it text. And placeholder, let's give it bill amount. I like it to be in caps. Okay, let's close that. Okay, next question. Let's ask how was your service? So this will ask for the tip that they want to give. Okay, so we're going to wait for the selection before the user gives us anything. Let's make it called service quality. Close that. Okay, this option disabled. Selected value. So it's disabled because it's the 0, so they won't actually be able to press calculate with 0 tip. We're not going to let them do that. So we're calling it choose an option. So it's not an actual value that they can select. Okay, next value. Let's make 30%. So 0.3. I'm going to give it a 30 with the percent. And okay, let's call it outstanding. That's what the option will look like when people choose. We'll close the option. Next one, let's give it a value of 20%, so 0.2. So that'll be 20%. Right. Okay. All right, and let's call this one good. I guess you would give someone 20% if it's good, right? Okay. Next value, let's make it the usual 15%, right? So 0.15. Right, it's 15. 37. Okay. Oh, yep. Let's give this one an okay. Because it's the usual tip, so it's not like really great or really bad. Right, next value, let's make this one 10%, so 0.1. So 1, 10, yeah, 10. It's 37. Okay, let's give this one bad. Like it wasn't too bad, but it was not enough to be okay. So next value, let's make it 5%. So there's a 5. There's a 37. Okay. 45. Let's give this one terrible. Like if anyone deserves 5%, the service must have been not great. Okay, let's close this option. Right, closing the select. Right, I'm closing the form. Okay, let's save this every once in a while. We don't want it to kick us out and then we lose everything. All right, let's get back to this. We're gonna give it another paragraph. And we're gonna ask how many people are sharing the bill. So this will also ask for the user input in some way. Okay, let's close this paragraph. And so we're expecting input. Let's call an ID of people amount and type text. Let's give it a placeholder of number of people. Okay, you can attach the word people to that. A little space. Okay. Okay, we're gonna give them the option of clicking on a button. Let's give the button type of button. ID, let's call it calculate. We can close that and then calculate with the exclamation point. That's what will show up in the button. Close button. Right, we can close the division. Okay, this is a way to label things. This will just indicate that this is the end of the calculator. We can move on to the next part. We're going to make a new division. Let's give it an ID of total tip. Okay, and then this indicates that it's super text, so we're going to make the $sign super, and then the spend ID, let's call it tip. Let's get a little, yep. And before any calculation happens, it'll happen to be 0, so there goes that, close span. Right, and then small text, I'll give it ID of each. Let's call it H2. Right. This is after people can place how many people are splitting the bill, closing the division, and then the total tip is closed. The end. Okay. And now let's make the close of the division. And that's the end of the container. Okay. Script type. Let's call it text. JavaScript. Okay, source. Let's call this tip calculator. .js. This will take in the JavaScript file from later. And then we'll close script.